Hey, welcome to Sruti Tarot. This is your daily reading for Saturday, November 29 of 2025. I am just going to clear the space with some sage and Palo Santo and clear the spread that I've pulled. And we are also going to cleanse the space of negative energies with this chime. Negative energies detest chimes. So just clearing the space and getting ready to read what I've pulled, which is for the Saturday following Thanksgiving. And everything I get off this day is that you might be a little tired of the holidays. So, what the energy is coming into the day is this Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of like this old man here with this family, multi generations of the family, dogs, the younger people, the older people, the archway of the home, the established tradition, the kind of wealth of the family and the family environment all around them. And this to me just kind of screams Thanksgiving. And underneath, stuck to this, not surprisingly, is this Knight of Swords from the previous day, which is the fastest moving knight in the deck and is a little bit antsy and a little bit like ready to go to the point of being frustrated. So it's sort of like you're still in Thanksgiving mode, but you're getting ready to break out of it, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. So the card for the present is the Seven of Swords, which again sort of reinforces for me this idea of like wanting to kind of sneak away, is what the Seven of Swords can represent from this the holiday that you're now kind of over. And this card is a little bit of a reminder. It's the here and now, and it's in reverse. And it's just reminding you that when there's too much of this forward energy, this frustrated, I want to leave, but I can't leave yet. This is a reminder to remain in the present moment. And here we see the past and the future, and this young woman in sort of she's a fairy, I believe. She's magical and she's in a bit of a meditative stance on this egg that represents the home. And again, kind of the whole card in reverse is sort of this combo of the antsy Knight of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. It's sort of like the Ten of Pentacles is the egg, the home environment, the family environment that sort of embodies Thanksgiving. And having it be reverse is sort of like, I am so ready to get out of here, which is understandable. I'm like that after seeing, especially after going through spiritual awakening and then experiencing kind of the old tradition of the holidays can feel a bit stifling for certain people. I know I am like that. So the card of the day, the whole message, the oracle of the day is intention, and it is a crystal. And a crystal sort of looks like this crystal, like funnels and directs energy. It's sort of like a unicorn horn, and it is kind of magical looking. It's gold. It's got light coming off of it, and rather than resting in that frustrated energy of like I want to be done here, the whole day is asking us to remain in the here and now, in the present moment, even in the family environment, but still in your mind, kind of set this sort of unicorn antenna intention of what you would like to accomplish, what you would like to do coming out of this Thanksgiving holiday. Now that you've eaten too much and rested and been with family and put up with old traditions and probably been triggered, where are you going from here? What are the next steps? And they're very energetically active ones. It's sort of like this is like this bottleneck of energy where this resting period has almost amplified the urge to come out of this into a season of transformation and change. Now we see again the pesky snake. The snake has been with us like every day this week and every day this year. This snake is persistent. It is the year of the snake. We are at the end of the year of the snake. This is like crunch time for any transformations that we have been asked to make that we haven't yet made. This is just the universe like asking us to take one last look. Keep asking yourself, what old skin are you shedding? Maybe even from this family season, you got a chance to look at old patterns, old things that trigger you, old ways of being, old traditions that you maybe don't want to carry forward anymore. And in reverse, this card literally says that this is a time of personal closure. And again, the egg symbolism is back, which is this sort of Ten of Pentacles home environment that may or may not feel stifling at this point. The ironic part about things that have kept us safe, the shell of the egg, after a while, we have to crack out of that. We have to shed that skin. We have to come out of that into our season of transformation to go from the egg to the hatched new potential of what we can and could be here on the planet, which here we have us hatched out. This is sort of like a forward look into the future, a clarifier of this future card of personal closure, like just to give us a glimpse of what comes after the ever frustrating, somewhat confining experience of like wanting to shed a skin that hasn't quite shed yet and being in that final stage of hatching out of something that's too small and too cramped for us. It kind of reminds me of this time. There are these owls that perch outside of where I live every year in the spring, and they make a nest and they hatch new baby owls. And the baby owls can't fly yet, but they become teenage owls who kind of sit there on that branch. And I literally watched one of them one day just like hop around, so irritated that it couldn't fly, but like wanting to fly, but it can't fly yet. So it's just hopping. It's just like irritated hopping. And so that is kind of what this is. It's sort of this irritated hopping of like, I am a teenage owl that is almost ready to hatch from my egg and fly and become this bumblebee. And I love this bumblebee. This is such a cool image. It's this bumblebee in the center of almost like a ring of sound and energy and light. And there's so much bright, active, outward focused energy from this card. Even though the bee is a relatively like small insect, it's a super powerful one. It's sort of like it just hatched. I don't think that I don't know how bees hatch. I guess they come out of eggs, but it reminds me of hatching and being very small still, like the size of a bee, but having this enormous impact and this enormous resonance of any of your personal projects, your unique vision we've been talking about for the past week, coming out into the world and like not just like flapping your wings for the first time and making that ripple effect, but also there's kind of this reference to sound as if you're like striking a singing bowl and the OM sound is just like resonating out into the universe. So it sort of reminds me of also that saying that like a butterfly's wings, a flap of a butterfly's wings can be felt around the world. Your impact coming out of this season of personal closure and hatching out of this egg, especially after being so flipping irritated by the holidays, is just going to be this beautiful, resonant sound that just like impacts the whole world. I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous. So the bee in the guidebook talks about hard work, dedication, teamwork. In this card, though, I don't see it as a team so much as this beautiful, independent, kind of loner bee that is sort of this oddity because most bees are in a hive, but this one bee came out of the hive and just was like, "Om," and it's glorious. So the colors are bright and beautiful. Also, I I sort of made up this metaphor one time of um, trying to act with the integrity as if you like had a bee like resting on your heart chakra, and so you like if you move too much, the bee might sting you. So you're kind of you're how do I say this? You're like tuned in to your own heart frequency, this kind of OM circular soul centered frequency with the sensitivity as if a bee was resting on your heart. So you're both gentle and extremely powerful. And that is the energy of you coming out of this year of the snake, holiday season, rest period. So, congratulations. You're almost at the end of the holiday weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. In 2018, I had an allergic reaction to an ear piercing that radically changed my life. Luckily, due to a unique spiritual awakening, I was able to come off of prednisone and reclaim my life. I believe that what I learned during all those years of pain and suffering can help you overcome your problems too. For my spiritual teachings, check out my website, my YouTube, and my book.